Alrighty. Picking up where we left off. We'll refresh that. Let's get where'd the games go? Whoop. As soon as I can mute that, that'll be nice. We are live for LA in Edmonton and the end of New Jersey, Carolina. Never okay. Throw that game up top here. And a little bit of a pain as we have to finish off one stream and start off the other, but we made it. We're all right. Quick couple of minutes. All right, I'm not sure just how far behind I am on the Devils game. Let's see, 18, 23. This looks like it's going to be the best feed for this one. Let me see if I can find a better feed for Devils and them real quick. Let's see, we're at about 1455. This is the one that's going to have to work. Ooh, Nurse already giving little shots. Oh, we get a New Jersey interference. Was it the hit from Walker that's the interference? Oh no, that's the interference. Okay. I thought the puck was loose. I obviously missaw. Wait, no. I don't know. I'm confused. Carolina to the power play. Just over 5 minutes gone in the third period. Meanwhile, just over 2 minutes gone in the first period. In Edmonton, shots are 1-1. All right, face off. Carolina. Ooh, little shove. Carolina eventually gets it. Puck down the low boards to the corner. Oh, he just works his way across the circle, puts a puts a shot on Markstrom and buries it. Meanwhile, up top, a little bit of a missed shot. Oh, you kind of got what you deserve, buddy. Oh, we're about to get a goal. I hate that I'm so far behind, man. This is way further behind than I thought it was. How is it? No, this is like. I was not just this. I was not just that far behind. What the fuck just happened? Well, there's the Jarvis goal. And now we have a face-off. Okay. I don't know what's going. Okay, and Edmonton just scored. Bro, what is going on with my shit right now? Okay, so for some reason, my feeds keep reverting back about 5 minutes, and I have no idea what the hell is going on. So I apologize. Carolina just made it a 1-goal game. And now the Devils are going to the power play as Carrier's going to the box. I see Cotter holding his teammate's helmet. And Edmonton just gets it to Nugent Hopkins. Kemper thinks he's staying low. Hopkins goes high. And so scoring for the Carolina Hurricanes. Seth Jarvis on a power play goal with an assist from Aho and Gostabahir. And scoring for the Edmonton Oilers, Ryan Nugent Hopkins with an assist from Hyman and McDavid. Damn. Damn it. Interesting to see Carolina make this a game. It would be LA. Who was that just threw a shot 38 feet wide of the net? That was Fogle. Dude, brutal. You get an attempt and that's what you do with it. Jesus. Damn. Not gonna lie, I probably shouldn't have done that. Alright. Much more interested in the moment. Let's see, Carrier. That's a weak penalty. And it's not just because it's my boy Carrier. Carrier went for the hit. The guy leaned forward against the glass. And so Carrier goes over the top of him. But he was in the motion of hitting him, and the guy moved. A little bit weak. I mean, yeah, the guy's helmet came off, but that's a weak roughing penalty. I'll figure this damn cup out one of these days. Ooh, a big steal. Carolina headed the other way. And now Canes are just going to play a little keep away, I believe. It didn't last very long. Minute and a half to go on the Devils' power play. Low wall, low point all the way around. Back behind Anderson. Comes up to the top of the low circle. They've got to cycle it all the way back. Devils from the middle of the point. Blocked by bodies. Puck still down low in the Carolina zone, and it's a turnover. Jarvis out. He leaves it for Aho. Aho's just going to circle back. No reason to be in a hurry. But that was a bad decision as Aho's going to the box for a change. Puck comes his way, and they can't touch it. Very close to being a very bad turnover, but the Devils just couldn't handle the puck. 35 seconds to go on the Devils' power play. 12-10 in the period. And up in Edmonton, 4 minutes gone in the first. Shots are 6-2 Oilers. Kings looking like they have not shown up to play yet. Last 15 on the penalty or on the power play. Cross the red line. Devils dump it deep. Comes up the high boards. Trying to get it out into the center, but too close in. Just had nowhere to go when he took that pass. Canes hang on to it, and Carrier comes out of the box. Back to full strength. See, meanwhile, in Edmonton, little back and forth hockey at the moment. Shots are 21 apiece in New Jersey. Carolina struggling for most of the game to even find their way to Markstrom with anything more than a little kick save of the pad or, a shot to the crest. Ooh, Devils with the shot and Anderson with the glove. The Carolina has struggled all game, and they started to figure it out. That goal by Jarvis is huge. Just to make it that 1-goal game is massive. All right, we're waiting for a face-off there. Meanwhile, in Edmonton, kind of a stale game. I definitely have not given it my full attention, but it has been a little flat. Oilers looking across the blue line would have been offsides. They reset. Dump deep. LA back first. Big hit down low. That had to be Nurse, right? No, it wasn't. It's a guy whose name I can't pronounce. But I figured that was Donnell Nurse going down and dropping the shoulder, and it was not. Devils controlling in the Kane zone. Heischer trying to feed it. A great play by, who was that? Sorry. Hang on. Chatfield. I said, I watched too many of these games in a day. My brain goes to mush seeing the same numbers over and over and over again. Battle in the Carolina zone. Devils come away with it up in front of the net. Anderson keeps them stuffed. All the way down behind the net. Devils just keeping it in, controlling the zone on the Hurricanes all game. Here goes Carolina back the other way. High wall. Big contact at the high point. Tanner Hall getting blasted and dropped. Ooh, little fake. Big shot from a hard angle. Markstrom, no problem stopping that one. All the way to the high point. Down low. Another good save. Up close. A feed from the low wall. Catches Hall up close. But it was a little too close. Everybody changes as Burns dumps it in. Carolina gets tripped as they work the puck up to the center. And it goes off a shot, goes off a body. I can't believe that didn't go in. I can't believe we're not looking at a delayed penalty. Carolina absolutely got tripped. Kokaniemi to the point. Burns takes the shot. Bodies out front, man. Every one of the playoff teams do very good to shut down the lanes in front of the net. Svechnikov trying to go from the side. Carolina still has it in. Wide of the net. Markstrom has no stick. Puck goes up out of play, and we have a delay of game on Pesce for New Jersey as he chucks the puck out of his own zone. What a chaotic end we are getting to an incredible game in New Jersey. Something I did not expect. I thought Carolina would walk in their house, embarrass them like they did back home, and call it good. All right. Up to Edmonton. 13:23 to go in the first. Shots are 7-3 Oilers. Edmonton up 1-0. Face off to the left of Kemper. Ooh, quick move, but the LA Kings, I didn't mean to say that, but the Kings end up with the puck coming down 2-on-2. Trying to circle back to the center. He does. Shot is a weak one off to the side of Skinner. Now Edmonton trying to get out of their own zone. Bad pass. Weak. Trying to get it to the point. But Edmonton is so fast. They can collapse around the puck so quick. Ooh, almost a great pass, but a great defensive play by the Kings to cut off the stretch to break. This has been way more fun to watch. Like, I don't like LA, I don't like Edmonton. Holy hell, has this been a fun series to watch. Mainly because Edmonton lost with a goal in the last 44 seconds and also got whooped. So, two great games as far as I'm concerned. Puck goes back to Kemper. He's going to fling it up around the net. Sorry, around the boards. And that's an offsides. Don't do it. And they're going to blow the whistle because dumbass wasn't paying attention. You dumbass. That was Perry for Edmonton. I can't believe that did not go in the net. Puck bounces up, hits one of the Devils in the chest, and somehow goes behind Markstrom between him and the net and somehow stayed out. No idea how it happened. Absolute insanity, dude. Playoff hockey at its finest. Oh, Carolina gets stuffed by Markstrom, but not that time as Markstrom ends 5 feet out of the crease. And suddenly, we have ourselves a hockey game. Devils won the face-off. Kick it down low, but Carolina wins the foot race to the board. And then it was a great backhand pass to Aho. Or by Aho, goes to Svechnikov. Svechnikov gets stopped, but goes over and finds the puck, gets it back to Aho. And like I said, Markstrom's 5 feet out of the crease. You can ask a lot from your defenseman as a goalie, but you can't ask him to stop that one. Devils into the Carolina zone. Ooh, he locked them up good. Bratt looking for some help, but just didn't come in time. So McDavid's holding the stick right there. And he gets... So McDavid's holding the stick, and old boy gets an because Manko gets an interference. You gotta love it, dude. No shit, right on, Mel. Good call. I gotta admit, my boy Swede was in here. We were talking about it, and I thought Washington was gonna whoop Montreal. I figured if they win, they were gonna win this game. But I thought that's a good call on your part. Congrats. That's big time. Oh, whoops! Edmonton just scored on the 3 seconds into the power play. Let's see what happened. Face-off was won by Edmonton. Perry bumps into Kemper. Are they going to try and challenge that for goalie interference? Kemper immediately looks at the referee. Curious. Dowdy talking to the to the official. And no challenge. 2-0 Edmonton. Who could have seen that coming? So we'll leave that alone for now. Oh, excuse me. Carolina into the Devil zone. No going. Battle at the blue line. Carolina ends up with it at neutral and tosses it deep. Devils retrieve it behind their own net. Devils up the high wall. Cross neutral into the zone. Storming in. Big shot. Anderson fights it off. Puck comes around to the low boards. Devils still controlling. He tries to throw it to the net and hits a skate. Carolina ends up with the puck and they take the high road out, but that's going to be an icing. Face off in front of Anderson. Dude, every one of the Kings players went and talked to the referee about why Perry bumping into Kemper wasn't an interference. But it was a scoring for Edmonton. Evan Bouchard with a power play goal, assisted by Draisaitl. That's not a happy clap. Every time I look up, Edmonton's making their way into the LA zone, or LA is just getting collapsed on in the Edmonton zone. All right, 5 1/4 to go. New Jersey shot on Anderson. He stops it. Chatfield just got his stick slashed in half. Gives the ref an earful while he heads to the bench. Puck coming across neutral. Getting deep into the New Jersey zone. Carolina fighting for it. Devils end up with it. They'll go center of the ice, across the red, and in deep. Ooh, good pressure down low. Devils end up saving the puck a little bit. Not enough, though. Carolina gets it out, and then an immediate reset as the Devils come in. Going around the back of the net, he locks him up. Out front, big shot. Anderson makes the save. He lays out to try and scoop it up. Real risky. Puck ends up in the corners. He couldn't get to it. Cotter circling around. High dot. Just made Burns eat shit. Big shot misses the net from the low circle. Whew. Puck's down low behind Anderson again. Jarvis able to just tip it out. Devils are going to reset from their own zone. Cross neutral. Into Carolina territory. It's stopped up high. Bratt loses it. Carolina. Jarvis back the other way. He dumps it deep. Behind the net, gets it up the low boards all the way up to the point. Shot back down. Aho can't control it. Oh, that should have been a trip. No call. Devils into the neutral zone under pressure. Very well done. Heischer just gets absolutely mauled as the puck's left for him. Ooh, we got Kempe throwing a punch in Edmonton already. I didn't think that happened until halfway through the second. 3 minutes to go in the game. Carolina leading the series 2-0. Devils looked like they had a chance for a long time. And suddenly it's a tie game. Little bit of back and forth. Paul Cotter making a good play at the blue line. Let me see something real quick. Damn, the delay is still hella bad, isn't it? Damn it, I really tried to fix the delay, but now that I'm listening to it, it's like, man, that didn't work at all. That is a bummer. I'm going to have to figure that out because I hate this thing being so delayed. Alrighty, puck into Devil zone. Deep. Carolina behind their own net, heading out the other way. Dumoulin. Nope. Stankoven tries to go across the ice. Doesn't work. Devils are just, they've been, again, except for a couple moments, they have been phenomenal at shutting down Carolina. Oh, puck coming in close. It ends up being a pop-up with some good defense, forcing that kind of wild stick action from Mercer. Dude, Anderson making that glove save on Mercer or on Meyer, Timo Meyer, was insane. He's on his stomach, laying out, makes the glove save, and as he's bringing his hand in, he turns and stares Meyer down. Shots are 25-23, New Jersey. Carolina into the zone, into the Devil zone. New Jersey comes right back out. That's offsides. And we got some no love for each other with these guys. Orlov just destroyed. Is that Timo Meyer that he just hit? Meyer was doing some bullshit, and Orlov turned around and just shoved his ass to the ground. Oh, Meyer decided to lean his shoulder into Orlov, and Orlov was like, fuck it then, let's go. Dude, Meyer was basically like, ha 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 ha, and Orlov just fucking wrecked his ass. That was great. Damn, big hit right across the center for Edmonton. LA, the struggle bus. It's real. Good grief. LA to the top point. Shot goes wide. It's got to be Skinner in there, right? They ain't oh, no, it's Pickard. Ooh. I actually probably should have guessed that when you let up 12 goals in 2 games, but Pickard is in net for the Oilers. Skinner may be losing his job tonight. Edmonton controlling in the LA zone. Puck down the little wall. Shot. Oh, no. Passed across the center. Looked like a shot. Doesn't connect. Kempe, meanwhile, going back the other way. Tries to stuff it in on Pickard. Pickard does just a good enough to stop it and get on top of the puck as the rebound chance tries to get poked in. I don't know what just happened at the blue line there. Everybody, it looked like Carolina took themselves out and then wanted a penalty. Big shot, big save by Markstrom. Wow. Aho came. Was that Aho or was that Kokaniemi? Yeah, just a little slip, but enough. That was Kokaniemi. I thought so. But I mean, right into the net of Markstrom's glove. And meanwhile, we have the net off. I was kind of hoping this wouldn't go to overtime. That way we could focus on Edmonton, LA, because the second and third periods are going to be absolute chaos. All right, New Jersey, 9 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and we are at intermission. That's Nugent Hopkins. He is having himself a game. All right, so the Devils and the Hurricanes go to overtime in New Jersey. Very interesting. I thought New Jersey was going to come away with this one, but this was the only game that I gave them any chance of winning. Now, granted, on the first game between these two, I think I said that I think I still think Carolina's going to win, but I feel like the Devils are going to come out and surprise everybody, beat the shit out of everybody, win one, and then get swept. However, that changed pretty quickly as Carolina came out and just started destroying the Devils. And the Devils keep shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, bad decision making, bad penalties, just a bunch of stupid shit. But yeah, I this was the one game the first game was the one game I gave the Devils a chance. But it makes sense that this is the one game they could actually win. A lot like Montreal. Montreal, I actually expected them to win. I expected them to win this game originally. After the first two games, I thought Washington was just going to stomp them. But Montreal came out ready to go, and the Capitals did not in any way. And now on top of that, Logan Thompson is hurt again. So Lindgren's in goal for them. Like I said, he's usually good for 3+. But on the opposite side, Montembeault got hurt. So you got backup on both sides. Backup goaltenders on both sides. Dude, what the hell is going on? They do. So when they go to, it's like, let's go get some Oiler fans to do this. It's always cringe. I'm sorry. Not just the Oilers fan, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Edmonton gets the puck back in their zone. 5 minutes to go in the opening period. Edmonton just basically taking control back home. Kings get it deep, but it's an immediate turnover. Ooh, good pressure on the low boards. Kings come away with it. Throwing it at the net. It goes well wide into the low corner. And Oilers get it out. Kings go right back in, but they'll go for a change. 4.5 to go in the frame. Shots are 10-8 Edmonton. Here comes McDavid into the zone. Goes down into the low corner, sends it to the low point, and it's a turnover. Kings back the other way. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Little disruption breaks it up, but Kings get a shot on net. Pickard kicks it off to the side, and here's McDavid going back the other way into the zone. Shoots. Hits a skate out in front of him. Byfield to neutral. Dumps it in. Shouldn't have got it deep, but did. Oilers from behind their own zone. Sorry, from behind their own net. Puck gets deep into the Kings zone. Kings get it across the blue line. Kempe misses the pass. Oilers chance to head back the other way, but a little battle ends up with the puck in Edmonton zone. Oilers back up the other way. Cross what we got a penalty. Looks like something happened on the low boards. Yep. And we've got an Edmonton power play. Oh, no, we don't. We're going to have a 4-on-4. As Edmonton comes up and kind of messes with Draisaitl. Draisaitl decides to slash the shit out of him, so Edmonton slashes the shit out of him, and they're both going to the box. I love how Draisaitl slashes the dude in his wrist. So Edmondson slashes him back, but when he gets slashed back, he buckles at the knees and doubles over. And oh my goodness. How dare you do to me what I just did to you? I hate the Oilers, man. And now you got Kempe, and I can't tell who going at it. Oh, yeah, this is going to be exciting. 2-minute 4-on-4, 3:08 to go in the first. And finally, puck drop. Goes all the way back into LA zone. Doughty. Up the high wall, passes it back and across. And LA needs to reset as that pass was wide. Kings try again. Up the low boards. Kempe across. Pass. High dot. Shoot and score! LA beats Pickard. On the 4-on-4. 2:42 to go in the first, and we have a 1-goal game in Edmonton. That was just Doughty with a great pass to the high dot, and Kempe buries it. How do you lose track of Adrian Kempe? Seriously. Especially with the amount of ice that a 4-on-4 gives you. How do you leave him alone on a dot? Unreal. Scoring for the Los Angeles Kings, Adrian Kempe, with an assist from Doughty and Kopitar. Big time. Let's go. Oh, I feel like the mic's a little hot, but Edmonton controlling. Top of the dot, shoots, hits bodies up front. Oilers still have it in the LA zone. Cycle to the low dot. Still 4-on-4 for another minute and 10 seconds. Back to the point. Oilers looking. Nothing going. Cycling around, and they're going to bring it out. Edmonton resetting all the way back to their own zone as we get under a minute on the 4-on-4. Cross into the King zone. Controlling. LA settles back on him a little bit. McDavid had the front of the net, but good pressure to the right of Kempe. Kept that pass from hitting. And here we go. LA, Kempe. Up the low wall. Shoots. Gets stopped out high. Doughty. All the way across. Kings are resetting. Back into their zone. We have 20 seconds on the clock for the 4-on-4. Minute 25 in the period. Some good moves, but loses the puck. That was Moore cutting in. Had a great look, but just could not connect. Hard pressure from the Oilers. But luckily they were going for a change. So LA maintains as they head into neutral. Dump it deep behind Pickard. Oh, they're controlling in the zone. Trying to get it back behind the net. They do. Up to the point. Shot. Stopped on the dot. Oh, Oilers couldn't get it out. Stopped at the blue line. Big shot. Pickard makes the save. It looked like that one might have woke him up a little bit. I'm not sure, but I think it might have gone right off the face. Dude, Kemper with a big save on the post from a hard angle baseline shot. And LA's going the other way. Into the zone. Less than 20 seconds. And a good kick by the Oilers sends the puck the other way. 12. 10. 8, 6, and we are going to have a stoppage at 6.6 to go in the first. How much time do we got till overtime starts? About 7 minutes. So it'll be a really quick break. We'll take an extended break during the second intermission for this, and then be good to go. Yeah, so far, big win by Montreal at home. New Jersey needs the same thing. This is a big win, especially if they lose at home in overtime when they had a 2-0 lead through the third period. Oof. It's not going to look good for them come game 4. And we are out of the first period in Edmonton. Great start for the Oilers going up 2-0, but LA, Kempe coming in and burying the shot, beating Picard from the high dot. We got ourselves a game. Alrighty, y'all. So we only have about 5.5 minutes till we are back in New Jersey for overtime. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes and we'll be back for the start of that. See you guys soon. Sorry, I know I'm a little late. Oh, shit. Did I never go back? I didn't. Damn it. Hang on. Sorry. This is a great way to start the welcome back. Here we go. Carolina heading in. Misses the shot. I keep saying that. Shot against Markstrom. Devils going back the other way. Into the high corner. Puck comes all the way around to the low boards. Devils get it deep again. Controlling. Top circle. Big shot. Good save, Anderson, as he couldn't get the puck in the air. It's a kick save off the pad. Carolina back the other way, but the Devils. Oop, turnover in neutral. Canes all the way across. Here's the shot. Big save, Markstrom, but he drops it in front of himself, and the rebound misses on the spin-around shot from the low dot. Devils up in the high corner, making their way down behind Markstrom. Carolina in. Devils end up with it. I'm with you. Like I said, Mel, this is the one game I would expect the Devils to win if they don't get swept. But that doesn't necessarily mean I think they'll win it. Puck in the Carolina zone. Devils end up with it, trying to get it up the low boards. They end up in the low corner, trying again, send it around underneath, trying to get it out front. Anderson gets on top of it and freezes it. Just under 2.5 gone in overtime. And it is exciting. This one's a good one. And not a whole lot on that shot. And if he goes up, that's going to be tough for Anderson to beat. But right there, that was Kokaniemi making a fantastic defensive play with that stick check. Face off to the right of Anderson. And we're going to reset. Thanks, ref. Drop the fucking puck, will ya? I gotta try to not swear as much. I won't, but I should try. Devils win the face-off. Cross. Dude, the Devils love walking the point. Oof. Fan of Taylor Hall's shifts lately. Yeah. No, I can agree 100% with you on that one, Mel. He has not looked fantastic. A little sloppy as he gets in front of the net for sure. That's not what I wanted to do. Devils kicking it to neutral. Sending it deep. Up the high wall. All right, Carolina getting into the Devil zone. Was he tripped or was he just cross-checked? At the very least, that should be an intentional offside. There's no way that should 100% be an intentional offside face-off in front of Anderson. I need to know what just happened. That should have been interference. That should have been a trip. Once again, I understand it's overtime, but they dude tripped him. Just once again, the NHL maintaining their high standard of excellence when it comes to officiating. Like, NHL referees are impressed when they meet people with a double-digit IQ. All right, Hamilton, Palat, and Holla all have playoff overtime goals. I like it. Jordan Stahl, Aho, and Kokaniemi. They got a lot of scores. I know how to get that overtime win. Shot goes wide. Another shot. Anderson fights it off. Another shot. Oh, they know what a tripping is there, huh? Devils are going to the power play. Burns are going to the box. Or Burns is going to the box. I'll say they should have been on a tripping power play a minute ago. 40 seconds ago. And now Burns is in there screaming, like, how is that not a trip? Face off. Won by New Jersey. Setting up right in the middle, up to the top circle. Another trip. No call. Big shot doesn't connect. Goes up to the low wall. Bratt over to the top. Top circle. Shot misses. That actually might have been stopped out high. Carolina's going to send it deep. Markstrom leaves it off. Good, smart play, buddy. Don't pull an Aiden Hill. Ooh, Carolina getting sticks in the way to deflect pucks. Devils resetting. Into the zone. Around the net. Carolina's going to clear it. Minute gone on the power play. 5:20 gone in the overtime period. Devils cross the red into the zone. Good stick. Not by Jarvis, just not enough, but eventually the pressure is. If I can't believe that wasn't a penalty. Dude, what is this officiating? Devils got tripped 3 times. One of them was called, and then Jarvis gets tripped. It may have not been a trip. It may have just been 3 guys leaning on each other as they enter the zone. But it looked like a trip. 2-on-2. Kokaniemi with the shot. Big save, Anderson. Follow-up stuffed by the sticks of the Devils. Chatfield in. Leaves it back. Kokaniemi trying to get it down low. Big shot stopped, and Anderson's going to freeze it. 13:33 to go in the first overtime period. Shots are 28-25 Devils. All right, got about 3.5 minutes till we're back in Edmonton. Devils win it, go high road, but Carrier's going to catch it and send it in. No icing. Carrier back by his own net, gets hit and loses the puck. Kokaniemi trying to get it out. And they're going all the way back. Devils behind their own net. That's a little bit of a hooking. Kind of an awkward one. He's got this. They might. Anderson is really stepping up for them right now. Like, so is Markstrom the other way, but Anderson has done fantastic all game. Dude, the Devils can do whatever they want to Carolina. To be honest, each team can do what they want unless it's like borderline assault. So these guys need to start doing stuff. Aho into the zone. Shot. Misses the net. Puck comes down to the low boards. Carolina at the moment keeps it in. Good work at the low point by Timo Meier to get the puck out, but they're coming right back in. Carolina in the zone. Working up the low wall. Big, quick shot from Jarvis. I wasn't ready for that. I don't think Markstrom was, but it went over anyway. Another shot from the high dot goes high. Bratt headed back the other way. Crossed the red into the Carolina zone. Fought off. Borderline interference or holding up at the top corner. Ooh, big backhand and a big glove save by Anderson. Nosen gets the puck free across the front of the crease. Goes for the backhand and he is shut down by Anderson. What a game. All right, we got to get this other game up. Oh, I can't. I missed a second, and it was almost the wrong second to miss. New Jersey gets it in the Carolina zone. A lot of contact coming out of that blue line. Dude, the sticks on both sides have been super impressive. Looks like we got an offside by the Hurricanes. 10:43 to go in the first overtime. I need to find a replay of these games. Canes winning it into the zone. Devils headed back the other way after a big hit. Big shot, fanned on it. The follow-up hits bodies out front. Carolina Chatfield was dragging behind a little bit, not there to keep it in. All right, and we are back and facing off in Edmonton. Carolina struggling with the puck. The Devils are winning every stick battle, every wall battle. Big shot. Anderson saves it. Puck goes off a skate, almost goes in, ends up missing the net. LA opened up their first shift with the great opportunity to score, just not able to connect. Or I should say, attacking the Edmonton net. Probably a better way to say that. New Jersey, looking shot, goes wide. Carolina can't get it out. Devils again towards the net. Big tip. It ends up on the low boards. Aho can't get it. Another big shot as the puck comes in front of the net. Carolina is doing a very bad job. There have been way too many pucks in front of the crease. Crowd in New Jersey going nuts as their team is so close and yet so far from burying the puck. Aho just got flipped over. Cotter kicks it low, trying to get it to himself. Just off a bad angle. ends up kicking behind the net. Jarvis dumps it in wide of Markstrom. Timo Meier able to get it out. Now Carolina's going to reset from their own zone. 8.5 to go in the first overtime period in New Jersey. Shots are 31-26 Devils. Ooh, good little move. Carolina's coming in with speed, but a good pressure across the wall. Edmonton and LA zone looking to connect. Good sticks, but they almost don't go on Kemper. That's danger zone all day. Devils still controlling in the Carolina zone on the low wall. Canes keep getting it momentarily, but will they be able to hang on to it? As of right now, no. Across the red line, Devils trying to get in. They're going to get a delayed offsides, but Carolina has it. 3-on-2 if they hurry. And they did not hurry. Took way too much time and a great defensive play to come in from behind and break up that pass. Devils take the high road. Burns whiffs on it, eventually kicks it to the low corner. Devils have it. Trying to send it to the middle, and it hits a skate. Not good. The high dot. Big save, Anderson. Devils are starting to go high on Anderson, and that's what they need to be doing. 6:41 to go in the first overtime. We started this a very there we go. Okay. I'm going to try not to touch my mic because apparently something's going on. LA controlling it. Check. All right, let's see if this actually works for a minute. Because I don't know what's going on with my microphone. Oh, I'm afraid to even move it. I'm afraid to touch it. The big save, Anderson. Sorry, I'm taken away from the game, but all of a sudden, the mic stopped working. LA has a power play. Amongst fixing that, I missed that too. So let's see if the Kings can come through. Dude, Aho just getting abused, man. His elbows are going to be bruised to shit. Hischer with the shot. It wouldn't have gone in, but Anderson did make the glove save. Kings, little unfortunate happenings for Edmonton, but the Oilers end up coming away with it momentarily. Big hits coming down the pike in Edmonton. I guarantee it. This third period's going to be nasty. Big shot. And he went over the net, and we are getting a tripping penalty. It is absolute chaos right now in both games. Anderson just got so lucky that puck went up and over the net. Oh, Fiala looks like just scored for LA, making this a 2-2 game after a 2-0 start. And he does. Big score for Fiala and the LA Kings as he beats Pickard to tie up the game. Scoring for the Los Angeles Kings, Kevin Fiala with a power play goal, assisted by Kempe and meanwhile, Devils on the power play. 30 seconds gone, 5.5 to go in the first overtime around the backside of the net. Devils have it on the low wall. Back up. Nope, he hangs on to it. Burns ends up getting it. Can he do anything with it? Nope, Devils are going to take it on the high wall. High circle, up to the point. Bratt down to the low circle, tries to sneak it through down low. Burns with a good stick, sends that off to the corner. And now the Canes are going to be able to send it back with a minute left on the New Jersey power play. 5 even to go in overtime. In first overtime. Kings are looking good. They did not look good in the first period, but they started to pick it up at the end, and they have been aggressive. Devils, top of the point, high circle, top point. Working back the other way, down to the high corner. Big shot from inside the high circle. It ends up under somebody who's just getting his ass kicked. He decided to just fetal position on the puck, and every single person, including his own teammates, decided that they were going to go and get it. One power play. New Jersey is over. Big penalty kill from the Hurricanes. Under 4 minutes to go. Devils pick off the puck inside the Cane zone. Little battle in the high corner. Oh, we're getting a hand puck. Face off to the left of Anderson. 3:39 to go in first overtime. Not a whole lot I would be happier with than LA coming back from a 2-0 deficit to win fucking 32-2. I want to see Edmonton getting soccer scores while LA posts football scores. Canes win the face-off From their own zone, a good stick stops the puck up, but Carolina hangs on to it. Gets in the Devils' zone. Working across the middle. Big shot. Doesn't connect up front. Puck behind the Devils' net. Going up the high wall to the point. It's left in, but the Devils do get it. There goes Meyer across the blue line. Taking it all the way down low. Kane's good pressure to get it back and get it out. But again, in neutral, right back to New Jersey. 3 minutes. Devils into the zone on the high wall, trying to get it across. Canes end up with it. Aho just gets it deep while the rest of his team goes for a change, and now he will do the same. Devils working up the low wall. Cross red into the zone. Great play to get it down low into the corner. Battle on the low wall. Gets behind Anderson. Out to the high circle. Little overskated. Devils with an opportunity, but Brett couldn't handle the puck. Canes. Across the middle. Into the zone. Looking from the low circle. Stopped out high by a body, and that should have been a trip on the Devils, but they're going to let them play. It is incredible to me that one penalty has been called in this overtime period. Absolutely insane. Burns coming out of his own zone. Blue. Red, he dumps it deep. Sends it around the low wall. Minute 20 to go in the first overtime, and we're playing a little bit sloppy at this point. I think all the fellas are getting a little tired. You see the bursts of energy when they get them. Oh, they just showed Kempe and Fiala just beat Pickard in the same spot. Right here. The same spot I preach all year I've been preaching. Right here. Right here. Especially stick side. But Pickard's weak on his glove side. Call a penalty on the Devils? At this point, no. It is absolutely insane. That might have been a bit of a hold that Carolina just got away with, but good. If you're not going to call those trips on the Devils, then hell. All right, 15 seconds to go. Devils ice it. Face off in front of Markstrom. Up to Edmonton. Big save, Kemper, as he dives across the ice. I'm not going to lie. That one didn't look like it felt good. But Edmonton just all over Kemper. From the low dot. Big shot, big save, and a good stick knocks away the rebound. Good Lord, the Oilers are just attacking the poor man. Shots are 17-13, Edmonton. 2-2 with 10:20 to go in the second period. Back to New Jersey just for a moment as we have 15 seconds. Let's see if Carolina can really disappoint the Devils fans. It doesn't happen. Devils going the other way. 8. Shot on... Yep. Shot on Anderson. He gloves it. Waits a little too long before he chucks it. And we got the typical fight happening in Edmonton. All right, 6.4. Face off to the right of Anderson. Carolina wins it. Burns is going to chill. Devils are going to chill. Bratt living up to his name. And we are at intermission. Yo. I have a feeling it's been like that since I tried to fix my mic, and that's a pain in the ass. So my bad. Glad you got to take a nice long look at my ceiling. I mean, you did get to see the kick-ass Batman nightlight that I've had since I was 2, so that it wasn't a total loss, you know what I mean? We are currently waiting for Edmonton and LA to come back from commercial. What a save by Kemper. Or wait, or that might have actually just been a crossbar and I missed it. I'm not going to lie. Oilers have it. You know what? This feed is way cleaner up. Good enough. All right. Oh. Let's see what. Oh, there we go. All right. Edmonton from their own zone across the red line dumps it deep up to the high corner. LA gets it, shoves it out close to. Ooh, actually, you got a 1-on-1. Ah, he couldn't get it through to the center. Couple guys crashing, but the pass hits the skates. LA trying to center from behind Pickard. Oilers are going to go back the other way. Oilers almost offside, but LA's going to knock off the puck, head back the other way. Up in the high corner, LA in their own zone. Puck comes down to the low boards. Kings get it out. 2-on-2 the other way, but damn. Draisaitl and McDavid are too fast for normal humans. Big shot, big save, Pickard. Puck comes loose in front of the Oilers' net. There we go. Okay. For some reason, my mic just keeps deciding when it wants to work and not work. So that's great. Pickard makes another good stop. Oilers headed back the other way into the Kings zone, down around the back of the net, up the low boards. A little bit of contact down low. Kings are going to come away with it. Oilers just right back in. Oh, but Kings, great setup. And that should start something. That was bullshit. That has to be Nurse. Or nope, it's Evander Kane. Oh, what do you know? It's both of them. Evander Kane and Darnell Nurse standing right next to each other. Pieces of shit, dude. Garbage. That was a bullshit hit well after the play was called offsides. And it was Darnell Nurse. That should be an unsportsmanlike. That's a bullshit hit. Absolute insanity. What is happening in this game? But not as bad as what's going on with New Jersey, Carolina in the way of penalties not getting called. That has been unreal. Under 7 minutes to go in the second period. Tell you what, at the next stoppage, I'm going to take a couple of minutes to do a couple things. I was hoping that there would be a little more time between the end of this period and the start of second intermission in the other game, but okay, perfect. Good stoppage. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. If it takes me that long, I'm late. All right, I'll be right back. Hang on, let me make. Oh, I just screwed up. Hang on. So Oilers go into the box. LA has a power play. This is actually a pretty bad time to take a moment, but give me 1 sec here. Yeah, I gotta switch up this to this. Damn it! Now I gotta wait for the power play. One more stoppage. Oh, ref just kind of screwed up LA's power play. A swing and a miss. That's very bad news. Big shot, big glove save by Kemper, and he's going to set the puck down. Oof. Woof. Oh, LA gets it in, but Oilers are going to get it right back out. 45 seconds gone on the power play. Byfield trying to chase it down. That was borderline interference. Bouncing puck. Kempy in a foot race. Does not win, but Kemper looking good. LA back the other way. Ooh, almost a good move. Oof. Edmonton clears it again. 40 seconds left on the power play. Kings into the zone. Less than 30 seconds on the power play. Up the low boards to the point. Big shot. And they score! Pickard Yeah, I have no idea. Thank you, Mel. I have no idea what the hell's going on with my mic, and it just refuses to work. I've already dealt with this so many times. I can't believe it's doing it again. So that whole call, all the way through, all of the excitement. All that excitement that I was just, damn it, dude. Thank you, Mel. Jesus, that's like super loud. Hang on. But yeah, I was just getting all excited about that Trevor Moore goal. He just went in and like while being held, a penalty that wasn't going to be called, he gets a one-handed poke past Picard. And now the Kings lead once again 4-3. Seconds. Let's see, how many seconds? 9 seconds after the Oilers tie it up. Kings go ahead again. Meanwhile, a minute gone in second overtime in New Jersey. Carolina making their way up. Shots at 34-26, New Jersey. So Carolina has fallen behind because at one point the shots were tied 21. Cotter down low for New Jersey in the Kane zone. Hurricanes come out with it. Good job, New Jersey. Keeps it in at the low point. Big shot. Anderson saves it. But the Canes cannot get it out. Up to the high wall. Big shot. Goes up over the net. Puck on the low wall. Carolina. 1-on-3 as Kokoniemi tries. That actually does kind of stupid mic issues. I want to turn that down just a hair more. That way I can be a little more excited without blowing eardrums out. Devils on the low wall, kicking it up. All the way, no icing. Anderson plays it. Big hit down low by the Devils, circling around the other side of the net. New Jersey in close. And they win! After all of that, Anderson gets beat. As they just let him walk right into the zone, right onto the dot, and swing one past Anderson. And Simon Nemec, unassisted, goes from neutral across the blue down to that low dot and buries it past the goaltender. What a way to end a game. I agree with you, Mel. Like I said, it's New Jersey was going to win one. I just had that feeling. This was the most likely one for them to win. Now, I think New Jersey's going to get a little confident. And that's going to be bad for them because eventually they're going to get called for penalties again. That first overtime, I understand wanting to let things go. But, y'all were letting things go. My goodness. Something just happened in Edmonton. I'm looking for it, but they just, instead of showing the replay, they're showing the guys yelling about stuff. You're really bitching about that? I guess I would be too. I mean, it's a high stick. Even if Hyman caused the contact, that's a high stick. But yeah, Nemec That's kind of, you gotta put a little bit of that on hang on a sec, I'll find it. On Gosh to be here. Gosh to be here. Little bit on that. He was so worried about the pass to the wall, he let Nemec go right past him. Which you have to be worried about that. And like I know he went to the wall because he has help to the middle. But it's a wall. You have time to step back outside. You don't have time to step back inside. Hammer Carolina in game 4, yeah. It's, dude, honestly, it's going to come down to penalties being called, in my opinion. All right, we're at the end of the period in Edmonton. Let me throw on the timer. It'll be a couple of seconds off, but close enough. Damn, what a way to end that one, though, huh? Alrighty, so now I'm going to take a couple minutes. I'm glad I stuck around because we got to see some exciting shit go down. But I will be back. We got a few minutes before we're here for the third period of Edmonton, LA. Very exciting game between the Devils and the Carolina Hurricanes. Devils winning it in second overtime with, honestly, in my opinion, just terrible blue line defense. Letting Nemec go cutting right up. I mean, the guy, gosh to be here, was worried about the guy on the wall. He was worried about the pass. Well, the guy on the wall jumped back and kind of pressed against the boards to avoid Nemec coming into the zone. So that guy wasn't going anywhere. There was no reason to worry about him. Gosh to be here has to go inside on that. Force Nemec to the wall, and then you got a chance. But it is what it is. Again, I have never lost a game sitting in this seat. So that's how you know everything I say is 100%, 1,000, all the time correct. I'm not just some stoned out idiot rambling about stupid shit. I can't lie to you guys. It is what it is. Anyway, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hang out. Grab some food, grab some drinks, hit the head, hit the significant other, hide the body, whatever you can get done in 15 minutes. We'll be back for the start of the third period in Edmonton. Check, check, check. Check, check. Check. All right, trying to fix the microphone. Hopefully it stays on for a little bit here. Gotta make sure not to touch it. So we are at 4-3 in Edmonton against LA. As of right now, all that LA needs to do is exactly what they're doing. Stay aggressive, stay physical, watch the cherry picking. Watch Edmonton trying to get their forwards behind them. Watch out for, if Edmonton keeps getting called on penalties, we will see LA score another power play goal. LA's got to stay out of the box. That's going to be a big one too, though. Let's take a look real quick, actually. I want to check some stats. Let's see. So you've got one power play goal for Edmonton, 2 for LA. Five for LA, 1 for Edmonton. Seven. Yeah, so you got 7 power play goals for LA and only 1 for the Oilers. So the Kings need to stay out of the box, but not nearly as much as Edmonton needs to. Adrian Kempe, 4 goals, 9 points. Unreal performance so far for Adrian Kempe. Alrighty, we are back for puck drop. Edmonton wins the opener. Let's check some stats while we get this game started. Puck down low. Somebody for LA just went down. Edmonton able to keep the puck in, but not for long. All right, let's take a look. So far, shots are 23-20 Edmonton. Face-off percentage is 61.8 in favor of the Oilers. 21 for 34. Got a quick save by Kemper. Now, both sides are 100% on their power play tonight. So that goes a little more to why both sides need to stay out of the box. Got LA 2 for 2, Edmonton 1 for 1. Again, this is the first one of the series for Edmonton. And that's 6 and 7 for LA. So, like I said, really important both sides stay out of the box, but even more important for Edmonton. Hits are 30-21 Oilers. Little disappointed in those numbers, fellas. Those are rookie numbers. Edmonton has 10 giveaways to LA's 8, and LA has 2 takeaways to Edmonton 0. Shot goes well wide from the low point. Puck in the LA zone, up on the high wall, and it ends up going out. Oilers going to reset in neutral. Cross the red and dumping it deep. Doughty puts a hit, but it's a pretty weak one. Now a battle in the corner. Puck frozen under the skate, kicks it back up to the low point. Low dot, high point. From the top of the high circle, throwing it low. It misses the net, goes all the way back around. Byfield tries to do a little extra move and can't get it out. Doughty fights it off the back wall and gets it covered up by Kempe. All I want to see, there's one of two things that I would love to see right now. One is Evander Kane getting his head taken off. And that's why Doughty's pissed. No wonder. Dude just wraps up around his neck and his face. But I want to see Evander Kane end up flat on his back from a solid, clean hit. Puck comes up close, gets knocked away. And I want to see Donnell Nurse put on his ass from a good, clean hit. Puck all the way down. LA gets it in the zone. Another struggle to get to the net with guys all over him. But this one misses. He's not quite as good as Trevor Moore. Mr. Denault. Damn. Edmonton's 50-50 is $2.6 million. Those are some good numbers. Face off to the left of Pickard. I forget that I keep wanting to call him Picard. LA stops it just above the blue line, but Oilers get it in. They get it deep behind the net. Cycling out. Going for the point. Right back down low to the corner. Oilers across midpoint. Shoots wide. Little pass shot. King's not able to get it out. Misses the net from just over the top of the circles. Kemper does a great job to get his leg back to the post. Oh, I picked a good time to blow my nose because nothing happened. Oh, great move by McDavid. Pass back. Shot blocked by Kemper. That was Hyman getting the feed from McDavid as he hit the low dot. Yeah, that was a hell of a job by Kemper to get his skate back to the post. And then right there, McDavid just gets across. Has Hyman charging, but plenty of time for Kemper to get his chest facing the right way. Puck on the high boards, high corner. Oilers end up with it, trying to kick it down low. 3 minutes gone in the third period. Shots are 26-20. Edmonton from the high point, fake the shot, or low point, fake the shot, trying to go at it. Low circle. Tries to kick it to the side of the net. McDavid carrying it up to the point. Toss down low, and he's going to go for the wraparound. That's a pretty easy shot that he missed. Instead of taking a sharp angle and getting back in front of the net, he went wide and took the hard shot from not far above the baseline. Not an easy shot to make, and he made it harder on himself. Edmonton across the red line, into the zone, working it down to the high corner. Pressure sends the puck back the other way. LA getting stopped in neutral. And we got a puck up out of play, it looks like. It's either an icing or a puck out of play. I can't really tell these refs. See, that's exactly like Anderson. That clip they just showed of Anderson. Dude, that's got to be interference. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. That should have been interference. Dude, I think that was Kemper that got back and made that dive and save on the open net. But yeah, when McDavid was circling from the wall to the middle, the guy going the other, he just blasted the shit out of the King. Oilers win the face-off, setting up from inside their zone. Cross red, dumping it deep. LA there to get it, behind the net. And it goes out of play off a tip. Face-off in the King zone. Looks like we're going to the right of Kemper. Drop it, ref. There we go. Ooh, good tip by LA. Better tip by Edmonton to keep the puck in the zone. Stuck on the low wall. They got it out. Dude, that hit him on the blue line, but he was on the blue line, so it's good. That was a moment of like, wait, was that offsides or was that not? Kind of everybody just stood there for a second. I was like, okay, let's just reset. 5 minutes gone in the third. Edmonton across the red line. Hard slap shot from across the blue line at Kemper. Pretty easy save, but we are going to face off in the LA zone. Oh, that was a good time to take a look at the schedule tomorrow. Knights play at 1. Lightning Panthers at 10. Maple Leaf Senators at 4, and the Stars and the Avalanche at 5. Is that 5:30? At 6:30. So we got some time between games. I'll be here for the Lightning and the Panthers. That gives me, there should be enough time to do a couple things for the Golden Knights game, and then take a minute to, at some point, I'll have to get the meatloaf going in the smoker, get the potatoes made. But then we'll be back for Toronto, Ottawa, and we'll just roll that one into the Stars and the Avalanche. Busy day tomorrow. Oilers win the face-off in the King zone. Low point all the way across to the high corner. Kings try to send it out. They do, and no icing. Good bounce off of that puck. Oilers head back the other way. They got it deep. Little battle with Doughty up in the high corner. High point, low point. Trying to throw it to the middle. Misses everybody. Behind the net. Kings kind of flubbing it. Every time they get behind the net, the Kings kind of flub the pass. Broken stick on Kempy's dump and set up. Big shot, big save. Byfield gets beat by Pickard. Kings trying to send it down low. Puck comes out front. A swing and shot missed high. Up out of play. Face off. In the Oilers zone. Byfield coming in from the top of the high circle. Gets down by the dot. Lets it rip. And if he goes high corner trying to beat Pickard over the right shoulder, he probably destroys him by a foot. But he kept it too low, kept it right on the blocker, the pad and the blocker. So, fairly easy save there. But a good save nonetheless for Pickard. All right. So I think that Edmonton is going to score again. My money's on a bullshit penalty getting called on LA. And they're going to score on the power play. And I don't think we're going to overtime, but I don't know what to expect after Edmonton scores next. Still haven't decided. Uh, uh, all right. Byfield kicked out. Face off to the left of Pickard. 14 minutes to go in the third. Shots 27-21, Edmonton. McDavid wins the face off. Trying to get the puck up the high wall. It ends up behind the net. Oilers heading out. Big stick down low by LA. And the Kings taking a shot on net. What a turn of events. Just in a matter of moments. Edmonton back the other way. Pressure up on the blue line leads to a pass that goes out of play. Big hit by Hyman. I got to see where the puck was, because that very well could have been a little more interference-y than a good hit. But, dude, he came up from behind him and just leveled his ass against the boards. Ooh, little fumble by Nurse. LA gets it in the zone, in the Oilers zone. Trying to work it out to the center. Goes up to the point, low point. Low wall down in the corner behind the net. Oilers get it out. And that's going to be an ice. Nope, no icing. Oilers into the LA zone along the low wall. Fighting for the puck as he's pressed against the glass. There we go. Moore ends up with the puck. He's headed up to ice. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Edmondson locks him up down low behind the net. Guess the Kings went for a change instead. Oh, Jesus. Oilers reset from their own zone. Cross the red. Into LA zone, but LA sends the puck back the other way. Cross the blue line. Oilers get into the LA zone. From the blue line, shot goes past the net. It kind of fluttered, but missed wide. Oilers fighting for the puck. They keep it in. Oh, a battle as they both go down. All the fans want a penalty, and I ask for what? Puck off a body. Up into the high corner. LA behind their own net. They're going to get it out. Takes a big old hit, Clark, to get it from the red line deep behind the Oiler net. They go for a change. Oilers into the LA zone. Back behind the net. Doughty sends it up the high wall. The Oilers keep it in. Get it behind the net. Trying to get it to that low dot. Big shot. No go. LA heading back the other way. They get it deep. Byfield chasing Pickard to play it. Oilers right back the other way. Kings get it out. A little bit of back and forth hockey now. Cross the red line. Oilers dump it in. Ooh, LA fumbles. Puck behind the Kings net. Just battling in that low corner. They get it. Kings get it out. They take the high road to dump it deep. But we're going to get an icing face off in front of Kemper as we hit the halfway mark of the third period. LA leading 4-3 over Edmonton. Dude, that's just a battle for the puck right there. Kempe did good. But then that was a brutal hit face to glass. Draisaitl in the face-off circle. McDavid to his left. The Nault wins the face-off. LA headed up the ice. Red line. Dumping it deep. Right at Pickard. It goes to his left. Oilers going to leave it back and just reset. Kings getting a short shift change. Well, actually, a change after that icing, so not very short. Edmonton behind the net. McDavid in the corner. Trying to work up. He gets it to the point. Thrown down right next to the net off the boards. LA just trying to be big on these guys. Oilers doing a great job protecting the puck and keeping it in. There you go. Kings get it out. Oilers reset from their own zone. 9 minutes to go in the game. Oilers back into Kings territory. Up on the high wall. High corner. Leaves it back to the point. Throws it down on the net and it's fought off and kicked out of play. Oilers right back in. Kings just seem to be content with dealing with Edmonton in their area. They have not been great about getting time and possession in the Oilers' zone. It's a little bit on the play not to lose mentality, which typically leads to bad things. So they need to start really cranking it up and trying to get in there on Pickard. Get inside the dots and get some shot. Get some control time in the Oilers zone. And then start getting some shots in tight on Pickard. But Oilers just keep getting into the Kings zone with no problem. And the Kings, all they are trying to do is get it out. That's it. Maybe get it deep so they can get a change, but otherwise they just don't even care. Here we go. That's a little bit better. 3 guys deep. Sent around. LA goes to the point. They send it right back down. Kempe under the net. Little bit of struggle keeping his stick on the puck. Oilers dump it deep. Here comes a hit. Decent. Kings struggling to get it out of the zone. They finally do. Puck comes down low. Through neutral. Edmonton shot. Glove save. Kemper, but he drops it. Oilers keep it in. McDavid trying to get it to the net. Hits a stick. Goes into the corner. Behind the net. Up to the point. Across. Trying to get it down deep. Up close, but no go. Swing and a miss. Evander Kane celebrating like he got it, but I don't know what to think here. I'm really hoping it gets taken off the board for interference or something. Because something just, that just didn't look right. That didn't look good. They did not call it a goal on the ice right now. They may, but they did not call that a goal. That's a kick. That is a kick. I need to see that again from the overhead because you cannot tell that he got a stick on it. It looks like Evander Kane kicked that puck under Kemper. It looks like he got a stick on it. Because he kicks it, it gets stuck on the leg, and then he swats it through. I don't see the stick hit it, but something had to hit it because I don't think the kick forced it all the way underneath. No, he gets it with the stick. That's a good goal. That's a good goal. No, it was a kick, but he kicked it underneath Kemper's leg and then came through with the stick, and the stick is what ended up putting it underneath Kemper's leg. It's like, trust me, as much as I don't want to give Evander Kane a goal, it's, yeah, like I said, he kicked it, and while it got stopped by Kemper's leg, he came through and hit it with the stick. I don't really like it, but that's the right call from what I saw. Timeout LA. I think they want more time to look at this, but this would be, you got the stick on it exactly, Mel. Like, as much as they don't want to accept it, to do any kind of anything to try and challenge this would be stupid. So don't do that. Don't give Edmonton a free power play. Because, yeah, it's swing and a miss, kick, and boom, right there. Yep. They can, but they would lose. Like, I really see nothing to challenge there. This is a bad idea, man. They're going to give Edmonton a power play. Yeah, I just watching it over and over again, I see nothing to challenge unless they think like there was an offsides or something. The interference challenges are a crapshoot. Yeah, especially like with that one, I have no idea. I mean, I guess the stick on the blocker hand of Kemper, but there was nothing to challenge there. And to give Edmonton a power play with 6:42 to go in the third rather than just taking the 4-on-4. Like I said, I have no idea what they're discussing after watching that. Oilers into the LA zone. Shot. And a tip goes right in. Who would have thunk it? Jackasses. Fucking morons, dude. 6:32 to go in the third, and Edmonton takes the 5-4 lead. I have no again. This goal's 100% a coaching decision. There was nothing to challenge. Scoring for the Edmonton Oilers with a power play goal, Evan Bouchard, with an assist by Leon Draisaitl. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm basically with you on that. I just I really do want to figure out the thought process behind that challenge cuz like I'm thinking and yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. But the good news is Edmonton's given up something like this before. They didn't have the lead and they weren't at home. But they came back from losing 5-2 and then lost it in the last minute. So it's possible. But I would rather see LA score one rather than get to the point where they have to pull Kemper, play the over in every Kings Oilers game. Mel, you could not have hit that on the head better. It is silly to bet the under in one of these games. And that's like Jesus picked what did he do? He took I want to say under 5.5 in Montreal and Washington. And I mean, when he told me that, I was like, "You did what?" Okay. Like, I don't think that's the best decision. It turns out it wasn't. And then Hurricanes Devils ended up being 3-2. Like, dude. Ah, man, I want to see that. Okay, let me see that one more time. Who was that? 84 for LA? Mr. Gavrikov. What the hell kind of effort was that? Not saying it's your fault. It is definitely your coach's fault for that stupid challenge. But what the hell kind of effort was that? LA controls at the high point. But see, I told you guys. I told you when LA was up 4-3 just a couple of minutes ago, and I said they're playing not to lose. They are not being aggressive enough to maintain the puck in the offensive zone. And when that happens, when you play not to lose, bad things happen. And here we go. They score two to take the lead. Like, it annoys the shit out of me. It makes me mad with the Miami Hurricanes as well, because and the Golden Knights, especially the Golden Knights. But you're up 4-3. Why are you changing? You were down 2-0. Now you're up 4-3. Why are you changing how you play? Why are you so obsessed with defense and not worried about offense? Why? Because why don't you just keep playing the way that got you 4 goals? Why don't you keep playing the way that took you 4-1 after being down 2-0? Or it just start playing back on your heels. You're worried, it's all about fresh skates for defense. So if you get out of the zone, hit the red line, dump it, and change. And that's exactly what the Kings kept doing. And like I said, the tie was playing like that. The lead was because of the Kings' dumbass coaches. And whoever's up in the booth for them saying that they need to do a coach's challenge, because that was just dumb as shit. If there's 2 minutes left and that was the go-ahead goal, fine. But you got just under 7 minutes left and it makes it a tie. Cool. And I said it earlier too. It's important that both teams stay out of the box, because both teams were 100% on their power plays. Let's see. Yep, both teams 2 for 2, 100% on the power plays. Fucking idiots. Like I said, I've never lost a game sitting in this seat. Unreal. I'll give it to him then. I'll give it to Edmonton and LA, though, they know how to get the game exciting, man. Mm, sorry, I happened to stumble across videos of jets refueling midair and breaking the hose that fuels them, and I mean it's just wild to watch. Plus, it's aviation. Dude, wild. I was wondering what Nick Cousins got fined for. He shot a puck at Stellars. Oilers get the pucks. Get the puck. Oilers get the puck deep into the LA zone. LA gets it out. Kings at neutral. Into the zone. Trying to get it across. They got to reset. And then they miss. And the puck goes all the way down for an icing. 3:30 to go in the third. Shots at 32-25. Edmonton with the 5-4 lead. With just about, like I said, down one with just about 7 minutes to go. 30 seconds later, they're leading. I mean, the Oilers scored like 3 or what was it, 9 seconds into their first power play. Why would you give them a freebie? LA gets it deep, goes for a change. If LA can get control of the puck, look for Kemper to head to the bench. See, Oilers are staying aggressive. Well, actually, I take that back. They looked like they were going to be for a second. Oilers all the way down. They ice it, but get beat. So no icing. Just over 2.5 to go in the third. Not looking good for the Kings. Kemper leaves it off to Kempy. LA trying to make their way up the ice. Watch for Kemper to go to the bench. Somehow LA keeps it in after that battle at the blue line. Kemper's gone. LA keeps it in. Puck down to the low circle, low corner, trying to go around the net. He sends it up to the high wall, high point, high wall. Baseline, high wall, point, shot. Puck's loose up front. Pickard covers. Face off in front of Pickard with the empty LA net. Shots at 34-26 Edmonton. 1:57 to go in the game. See, big shot by Doughty. It hits 3 sticks and somehow still stays on line for Pickard to make the save. Big face off here, which is they have not been going in favor of LA. LA controls Kempe to the high point. Doughty down to the board. Doughty can't settle the puck. Takes a hit. And Edmonton ices the game 6-4 with 1:40 to go in the third. I want to hear the coach take responsibility. I don't want to hear, as much as I complain about referees, and there's a lot to complain about in this game, as much as I complain about the control room in Toronto, and there's a lot to complain about with the control room, this is 100% the coach's fault that LA lost. Right there, Doughty just couldn't find the puck. Otherwise, and he takes a big hit while he's off balance trying to fumble with the puck. Big. $1:15. At this point, it's a formality. In fact, Edmonton might even score again. Draisaitl being a little bitch. Oh, man. Just that was a fun, exciting game to watch right up until they challenged that call, and then the adrenaline just dumped. Because it was like, oh, you're just going to hand them a goal, huh? Unbelievable decision right there. I'll get my head around it eventually, but not tonight. So as this game comes winding down, the last minute 7, the plan for tomorrow, we will be here for the Lightning and the Panthers at 10 a.m. We will also be here for the Golden Knights at Minnesota at 1. And then, of course, plan to be here for Maple Leafs and the Senators and the Stars and the Avalanche. Saturdays are the one day where things might change. It's been pretty consistent lately, so I don't expect anything to change. But, dude, LA still trying their ass off right now. 40 seconds. They can't get it through the mass of bodies. That's all the Oilers need to do is collect in front of the net. And they're going to get another empty netter with about 30 seconds to go. Oh, good pressure right there. Yeah, Mel, it really is. And that's 2 nights in a row that end shitty. First the Knights lose, and then come in to LA losing to a coach's challenge. Like fucking idiots. Wow, Draisaitl beat the icing down. So they throw another one in just as an FU. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So the only game I'm gonna try my best to be here for Maple Leaf Senators. That's the one game where I might be late. However, I will be here for the Stars and Avalanche. Will be here at 10 a.m. tomorrow for Florida and Tampa, and then of course 1 o'clock. 100% betting Caps, Kings, and Kings in their respective game fours. Mel, that is a great decision because all three of them are gonna be pissed if they got 50 hits. If they blah blah blah. All three of those teams, if they have a hit line set to 50, take the over on that too, because they are going to be mad. Oh, man. Well, thanks for hanging out, Mel. Bummer that it couldn't end a little better, but like I said, that's 2 nights in a row that are sadly devastating. Like, I don't really care about this game. I just hate when Edmonton wins, especially on stupid decisions. But we're here early tomorrow, so I am going to just head on out. But again, Mel, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back, not really bright and early, but yeah. And all three other better teams, too. Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. And a lot of the things that happened showed it. Kane's coming back from 2. LA coming back from 2. Washington, that game was just wild from start to finish. And a lot of not calling stuff on Montreal that should have been called. So we'll see how it goes. But all right, I'm out of here. Good night. Hope your night gets better from here, and we will be back bright and early. Okay, it's not really bright and early, but you know what I mean. I'm used to starting these at 4. Thank you very much, Mel. That's very kind of you. Like I said, it always makes it easier when I've got someone to bounce stuff off of. So, all right.